The Knights Who Say Nah, Tomoe Gozen, Episode 5, The 44th Floor. Night has fallen outside Aoki Cleaning Services warehouse. A chain-link fence circumscribes the perimeter of the industrial park. Security spotlights cast a yellow hue downward in pools. The night is perfectly calm until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shadows race past as we move in on Niko. She ushers Tomoe, Chie, Junko, and Moe forward to a dark spot in the fencing. They're all in their imposter Aoki Cleaning Service uniforms.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Which one is it?
Niko spots the Aoki Cleaning Services van.
There.
Tomoe's eyes narrow to slits. She's in the zone as Niko passes a knife to her and she pockets it.
Now.
Tomoe takes a few steps back from the fence.
Tomoe, don't kill anyone.
One last moment of eye contact with Niko. She nods. Then Tomoe rushes forward like a missile, leaps into the air, and gracefully sticks to the chain link like a spider. Her entire body leaps again, and in those two swift movements, she's up and over the security fence.
She's my hero.
The four women watch as Tomoe's shadow flits between parked vans and arrives undetected at the Aoki Cleaning Service van. She pulls the blade and slams it into the front driver's side tire. It deflates. A quick movement to the rear tire of the van, and she stabs again. Another deflated tire. The vehicle slumps down, defeated. Just as she finishes, the clank of the rear door of the facility announces Haru. In his bright red uniform, he's ready to go as he calls back into the hallway to his employees.
Everyone out now. Elise is a new client. We can't be late.
Niko stands at the fence and whisper yells.
Tomoe, leave now.
Tomoe whips her head to Niko about 30 yards away, then back to Haru, who is rapidly closing in on her. Instinct kicks in. She grips the knife and readies herself for attack. Dread washes over Niko and her friends as they clock Tomoe coiled up like a snake ready to strike.
Shh! Don't, Tomoe.
Tomoe sneaks around the corner of the van, her ears finely tuned to the sound of Haru's footsteps. Her sharp eyes are focused. Her feet are positioned to leap forward. Haru swings the van keys around on his finger, calls over his shoulder one more time.
I said let's go.
He turns the final corner, completely unaware that he's about to be killed, and
Shh!
Tomoe is gone. But there are two very flat, very pathetic tires whimpering at him.
Shit!
He spins to find a culprit as Tomoe reaches the fence and launches herself back to the other side. They scurry off into the dark, and as they do, Haru squints his eyes in the distance, clocking a couple shadows moving in the dark. A resolve crawls across his face. Outside Ares International headquarters later that night, Chie pulls her own van up to the monolithic skyscraper and looks back to the team.
Okay. Everyone has their badges on.
They all look down at their uniforms and confirm.
Just swipe your card and wait for the light to turn green. Then you walk right through.
We got it.
Okay, I'll go last.
They pour out of the van and unload the cleaning supplies. Junko whips her head around nervously, waiting for police lights to make an appearance.
I don't think I can do this.
You can do this.
I can't. Take a deep breath.
Junko actually listens to Chie for once and takes a long inhale. She holds it, and her eyes start to bulge.
You have to exhale too.
Junko exhales.
Better?
Lightheaded. You're already an accomplice. Might as well break into the down place too.
Okay, let's do it.
Before anyone can object, Niko plunges forward. As they approach the security checkpoint, Niko looks back to Tomoe and motions for her to avoid the gaze of Blondie and Scarface. The two security guards are on either side of the entrance. Tomoe quickly averts her eyes, and all 5 of them scurry past the massive exterior support pillars and through the glass doors into the lobby. Niko leads the pack. Eyes briefly connect with the other security guard she knows as Mustache, then back to the turnstile, looming like a villain. They're all crowded together in uncertainty until Chie shoves Junko forward, forcing her to go first. Junko pads forward slowly. Her hand shakes as she wipes the sweat from her palms onto her pants, and then unclips her security badge and looks down at the mag stripe.
I'm gonna go to jail.
She swipes. The security light flashes green, and Junko pushes through, nearly laughing as she does it. Chie follows Junko's lead, swipes, Green steps through and whispers to Junko.
It worked. I know.
Tomoe and Moe are next, and they both clear security. Niko is last. Mustache is looking at her with the type of recognition that makes her want to turn and run. She forces herself forward, unclips the card, looks at him one more time against her better judgment, and swipes. The mag stripe at a near microscopic level has tiny iron-based magnetic particles in a plastic film. Those tiny bar magnets pass through the reader, then fly into the circuitry as the message rushes to the nearby receiver that interprets the polarity on those tiny bar magnets and spits a message back. We fly back with that message, up through the wiring and out into the world, and land on Niko's face. She stares down at the light as it turns red. Niko's cheeks flush. She looks to her friends for a cue. They don't have one. Niko looks to Mustache, flashes a nervous smile, and swipes her card again. It's red.
Shit.
Mustache calls into his walkie and moves toward Niko.
I can do it. It'll work.
I need you to come with me.
I'm with them. I'm with them.
She whips her head back to Chie as if to say, "Please, God, help me." But Chie is helpless as Mustache ushers her away. Niko looks over her shoulder 5 times before she's brought into the security room. Mustache places her in a chair across his desk. Niko's eyes flash around the room. Her abject fear pieces together a life sentence in her mind.
What's your name?
She nervously looks down at her name tag.
Sarah.
Mustache punches some keys on the computer in front of him as a single bead of sweat drips down Niko's face. Back in the lobby, Chie, Junko, Moe, and Tomoe gather their cleaning supplies and carts and huddle up.
What do we do?
We could pull the fire alarm. What?
Grab a thing. Grab something.
Junko snatches up a broom. Her frightened eyes bounce around the room. Tomoe grabs her familiar squeegee. Moe clutches a bottle of wood polish. Chie speaks out of the side of her mouth, trying to be sneaky.
Everyone just stick to the plan. Niko had the plan. We know the plan. Move calmly to the elevators.
Chie starts by rolling the way too loud cart through the echo chamber lobby. Tomoe and Moe smile and clutch their cleaning supplies as they shuffle alongside her. Junko backpedals, sweeping at nothing as she walks. Businesswomen and men watch the awkward display as Junko lifts her head one last time before they step onto the elevator.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience. We are going to clean the elevator now.
Blondie and Scarface watch, nonplussed as Chie rips Junko inside. Tomoe presses the 44 button and the doors close. Back at Aoki cleaning service that night, Haru grips the tire iron with every ounce of strength he has and heaves, but the bolt doesn't budge. Exasperated and exhausted, he turns to his employees who watch aimlessly from the sideline. His face turns purple.
Are you just going to watch me? Help!
4 coworkers dive in and awkwardly find a way to simultaneously pull at the tire iron. The tire thunks into place as they all fall to the ground, overshooting the effort. Haru stands back, ignoring the workers splayed out on the ground, and looks proudly at the mismatched tires on the van. The determined look on his face spells trouble for Niko, Tomoe, and the crew as he yells to his staff,
Everyone in the van! And lean on that side. I don't know how much weight those tires can take.
Meanwhile, in the security room at Ares International, Niko white-knuckles her shirt and bounces her leg at 100 miles per hour as Mustache occasionally peers out from behind the computer screen.
Excuse me. My coworkers are waiting for me. Can I go?
No. How long have you been working for Aoki?
I only started this week.
His icy stare makes Niko second-guess herself.
Or it was the week before.
Was it?
Niko nods and fiddles with her uniform, accidentally untucking the front of her shirt in the process.
Your security card isn't matching up to anyone in the system.
Niko swallows and looks back down to her hands where she catches that untucked front corner of her shirt. She pulls focus to a small piece of stitching. A subtle message from Moe. In tiny black thread, it reads, Ashigaru. A confident grin grows across her lips as she lifts her head and trains her eyes on Mustache sitting across from her.
That sounds like a problem with your security system, not a problem with me. If you need to print another security card, you should do it right away. I'm supposed to be cleaning on the executive level today, and Tanaka will be upset if we're short-staffed. Did you see the scuff marks up there last week? So I suggest to you, let me do my job before we both lose our jobs.
He nearly stumbles back in his chair, hesitates as Niko refuses to break eye contact.
I'm just trying to do my job. We all are.
And with that, he hands the ID tag back to Niko.
I'll escort you to the elevator, and we'll issue a new ID card before you leave tonight.
That sounds good.
Niko follows closely behind Mustache with newfound confidence through the lobby. As she trails behind him, she hears a familiar voice.
Push the carts over there! Over there!
She whips her head around, alarmed at the sight of Haru and the real cleaning crew. Niko nearly sprints to get ahead of Mustache to enter the elevator.
Stop her!
Just as Niko is about to enter the elevator, Mustache reaches out and snatches her by the arm.
Wait, I have to go.
Haru hustles over, sharp eyes judging her.
Listen, I'm not. Where were you? We had 2 flat tires.
Mustache releases Niko's arm as Haru ushers the cleaning crew into the elevator and looks to Niko.
You're going to the 40th floor today.
But I know the 44th.
The 40th floor.
He hits the 40 button. Meanwhile, up on the 44th floor, Junko, Tomoe, Chie, and Moe step off the elevator and stare out at the sprawling corridor ahead.
It's the office at the end of the hall.
They look down the gauntlet and see the giant polished oak wood doors at the end. For them, it might as well be the hallway in The Shining.
Let's go.
Tomoe starts forward. 1, 2, 3 steps, then Tanaka appears from a room up ahead, and they all quickly duck into an empty office. Junko starts sweeping the carpet. Tomoe shoves her squeegee and cleaning solution and slaps it against the window. Moe sprays wood polish in the air like it's freshener. And Chie can't figure out what to do, so she plays with the blinds as Tanaka speaks on his cell phone and passes by. As soon as he does, they scurry back out into the hallway. Tomoe and the team shuffle forward just as another security guard moves out into the hallway, and they duck inside another office door, doing their best to look busy. In the elevator, the reflective aluminum doors peel open to the 40th floor to reveal a long, empty corridor. Niko takes a tepid step out.
And I better not see you on 44.
The doors close as Niko turns toward the 40th floor hallway. It's all tinted glass and a rainbow of security lights. This looks nothing like she had imagined.
Hello.
She calls out, but it's empty here. A door swings open down the hallway, and she freezes in place as the security technician turns to look at her through a pair of glasses that he pushes against his nose.
Who are you?
Cleaning service.
Good. I've been waiting 2 weeks. The servers are filthy. They all need dusting.
That's why they sent me.
This way.
He leads her to the server room. It's all black boxes, tiny LED lights, and exposed wiring that buzzes like she's in the intestines of the building itself.
And when you're done with this, server room 2 need it also.
Just like that, he moves away from her. She turns and watches as the security technician walks to the bathroom and shuts himself inside. Niko makes her move. She's back out in the hallway. Her quick walk turns into a run as she gets to the office door, swings it open, and stares at 100 squares of security footage from different parts of the building. Her eyes scan through until they land on Haru with his cleaning crew just as they're about to land at the 44th floor and collide with Tanaka.
No.
Up on the 44th floor, Tomoe pokes her head back out into the hallway and waves for the team to step out. There's a clear path to the president's office. At the other end, Tanaka waits for the elevator. They watch in disbelief as the elevator door opens and Haru and his crew spill out. Tanaka looks them up and down in confusion. Then they all turn to face Tomoe and her Ashigaru. Haru's eyes go wide.
Imposters!
Tomoe looks to her team.
Go.
Junko, Tomoe, Chie, and Moe blitz down the hallway. The door is so close. 50 feet becomes 30, becomes 10.
Stop!
Tomoe puts her hand on the gleaming silver door handle and starts to apply pressure. Tanaka calls into his walkie as he and the Aoki crew close the distance.
Security, 44th floor!
Tomoe turns the handle, swings the door open, and looks up to find Blondie and Scarface in front of them.
Oh, we are fucked. Remember us?
Tomoe quickly jumps into fighting stance, but Chie pulls her arms down.
No, wait. Niko wouldn't want you to.
A tense beat as everyone waits on pins and needles. And then, Tomoe drops her guard and the women surrender. At that same time on the 40th floor, Niko watches on the camera as Junko, Tomoe, Chie, and Moe are ushered away from their target under heavy security. She pulls her cell phone and dials a number.